to Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. Like, not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hype for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is fucking Tuesday night, and you know what that means? It's Knucklehead Comics. We in the building. What's going on, Cap?
Not much, man. I got some news for when we hit the news thing. I'm gonna have to turn my camera off here in a second to do some other shit, just so I don't blind people with the light that I'm gonna need. But
shit, no, I hear you. Again, but yeah, man. Today we're gonna give you the rundown for the show. So everybody that's listening, maybe, you know, if they hear it, they'll get it. Today we're gonna talk about the negative impact on the trailer for Ironheart. We're gonna get into Ironheart, her backstory, all that other shit, because it was one of the most disliked trailers in the MCU. That, the Marvels, and She-Hulk. We're gonna get into why in our speculations, and all that other bullshit. But also we talk about whatever news we find in the comic book world, the video game world, the board game world, D&D, everything from East Coast to West Coast. We're known better than butter and toast. And it's your boy ToeTagz in the building with Cap. And it seems like this is going to be the show from now on because Ray's afraid of kangaroos. Well, that's what they told me.
well, what's the most prominent movie about a kangaroo, Ray?
Word. That bullshit, Ray.
Start Anthony Anderson. There's a little hint for you.
Word. Shit, I gave him the name of the person who said the line that I said. He's like, oh, I know the movie. I'm like, well, say the fucking movie then. He didn't want to say the name of the movie. I'm like, come on now. If you don't say the name of the movie, I can't tell you. I can't tell you if you're right or wrong. Shit, but little bit of news. I don't know if this is what you had, But here goes some first off. The first Marvel slash DC Comics crossover in years will happen with. Is that the news you had?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
Okay. Is it the same thing that I'm about to say? Batman
Yep.
and Deadpool?
Yep.
Okay. So walk us into that. You got the floor with that news.
Yeah. So the comics are gonna do the first ever crossover. Uh, this is the first time, to my knowledge, that Batman and Deadpool have met each other and are gonna be working hand in hand. And I think it's gonna be hilarious because essentially, what you have is you have Batman meeting a fourth wall breaking good Joker. Like that's how I think Batman's gonna view Deadpool. He's just like the Joker, except he's on our side. The first issue is gonna be Deadpool slash Batman. Comes out September 17th. Then the next issue would be Batman Deadpool, and that comes out in November of this year.
Okay.
Other details. Oh, I have other details are scarce because they don't really spoil shit. But these are the covers.
Yeah, that's dope. Now, I know Batman is the king of preparation, but how does Batman beat Deadpool?
I don't know. How do you how do you prepare for somebody who doesn't even know what he's gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
Plus, like Batman doesn't have any. Batman's a non-killer, right? 99.9% of the time. So there's nothing that Batman has that's gonna stop Deadpool. He's just gonna walk through it. You throw a batarang at him, he's gonna go ow, and then he's gonna look at the audience and go, "This is a souvenir. I'm keeping this," and just keep going.
shit.
You know who he might mistake him for initially, and that would be a fun Easter egg if they did. Let's see if you know.
Deathstroke?
There you go.
Because isn't Deadpool parody of Deathstroke?
Yes.
Come on, now, I know a little something about
All
something.
right. What's Deadpool's real name?
Slade Wilson.
Ooh, no, that's Deathstroke's real name.
Slade. Okay. Fuck. Hold up. Wade Wilson.
Yes. Now, here's one that's gonna have you regrow hair. What was the original nickname for Deathstroke?
Uh, the killer with a mouth. The assassin
No.
with a mouth. Oh.
No.
the dead. The dumbass with a sword.
No. It's got nothing to do with what they call Deadpool.
Okay. The original nickname for Deathstroke.
Yeah. Like when you look at him, he was presented as Deathstroke blank blank.
Deathstroke. The Punisher.
Ooh, close. Dun 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 dun.
The Terminator.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Deathstroke the Terminator.
Quick side note. So I'm reading somewhere. Is you put the touch-up paint on. Then when that dries, you put the clear coat on. You give it a few days to let it harden. Then you try to go over it with polish.
So
But-
we're gonna do that.
Yeah, but they
I'm gonna go
say
blank right
yeah.
now so I can put this.
Yeah, they say that if you're taking the clear coat off when you polish or whatever, it could be that it's not adhering to the stuff, or you're not giving it ample time to dry, or try a clear coat. So let's try that. Yeah. So the next set of news. Also, I know when I described what type of shit we talk about, Star Wars has to be it because we did almost 200 fucking shows, and Star Wars has been most of it. So here goes some more news for everybody that's keeping up with the game at home.
Yeah, cabs.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker confirmed for Ahsoka season 2.
Okay.
So Hayden Christensen will officially be returning to Star Wars as Anakin Skywalker in Ahsoka season 2, celebrating 2025. Uh, so now the question is, are you excited for his return? Is he going to be a Force ghost again? Is this going to be memories? Are we going to go back to a live action fucking Clone Wars? What's going? What do you think?
All the above. I think he's definitely gonna be memories, flashbacks. They're gonna try to do some cool shit where they bring in the live action Clone Wars shit that they didn't get to do the first time around.
Yeah.
And
Now,
I'm here for all of it.
what I'm really hoping for, if you're going to do flashbacks like that, I want to see Rex. I'm really hoping for Rex.
Yo, you do know the fan thing that became real, right?
No.
So in Return of the Jedi, there's a moment where they show the rebel forces. Right? They're outside of the door that Han was trying to get open. Right? On is it Endor, I think, where the planet of the Ewoks. And there's a picture of a dude, tan skin, white beard. And for years it was nothing. Until Clone Wars, where they had the character of Rex. And the fans fucking put into existence that dude who's at that door in that fight is Rex.
In what movie?
Return of the Jedi, the last of the original trilogy.
Hold up. I'm going to share some on the screen. This?
Yep.
That's Rex.
According to fans, they wanted him to they willed it into existence that is now canon. I believe it is official canon from I think Disney or some shit that is indeed Rex.
Oh, shit. His name is Nick Saint. Was a male human who served in the military of the Alliance to restore the Republic during the Galactic Civil War by the time of the Battle of Endor in 4 ABY. Saint was one of the most veteran scouts in the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah, that's the original shit.
I think the one thing I have really thought about is I really do think that Rex is the guy on Endor. I really do. Why else is there a bearded old guy on Endor? Tano. Why? It makes no sense. If you don't want that to happen, do you know what that means? I'm going to make that happen. I'm getting like Palpatine. I'm getting power. I'm getting power crazy. That's Dave Filoni on his belief that Nick Saint and Captain Rex are one and the same.
Yeah. See, even Dave Filoni. So that's the dude who did the whole. He worked on all the animation from Bad Batch to Rebels to Clone Wars.
Shit.
I told you it's a powerful fucking theory that They're trying. I mean, he said it, so it's a little more official canon. But like people are trying to make it canon, similar to when that kid in Iron Man 2, who was just a random kid who's now officially Peter Parker.
Yeah. I mean, well, I know Return of the Jedi didn't really have any plans for this fucking guy. That's probably just the biggest coincidence in the history of coincidences.
Yeah.
But do you think that they actually was trying to make him Peter Parker, that kid?
No, that's another one where they just the fans came up with a theory too good, and Feige was like, "Fuck it, let's run with it." They're right.
Word.
I'm gonna do one more quote in about 15 minutes.
All right. Yeah, because you know what the funny thing is, I think the best application for the paint is the aerosol can,
Yeah,
but the aerosol can costs more than just the fucking replacement part.
yeah. The what what I would have done was, instead of trying to get just that one line out,
Yeah.
I would have sanded down a big area, then fill in the gap and thin it out like the bondo to extend to kind of like blend into that area,
Yeah.
and then just one shot paint that area.
With the little shit I bought, or the whole.
Well, I would have had the spray can because that gives you the best uh, advantage for coverage.
Yeah, but I mean, for that, I might as well just buy the piece.
Well, I mean, this is going off of the feasibility and affordability of it.
Yeah.
Because you know what Mike Tyson said. Everybody has a plan until Evander Holyfield bites you in the ear. So while I have the screen here, my second thing of news that I have: Avengers Doomsday and subsequently Avengers Secret Wars have now been pushed back. It was
I
supposed
heard
to
that.
come out in May of next year, and then I think at the end of next year, in 2026. But now it's December of next year for Doomsday, and December of 2027 for Secret War.
Shit.
Well, I think this is actually a good thing because they just started filming in April. So that would have left, what was it, in May of next year? So that would have left April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. A little over a year to
Yeah.
shoot a movie, reshoot some scenes, edit a movie, get all the digital effects, timing for all the characters that are going to be in, who's available when, who's available where. Now that they don't got to worry about it and they can push it as far as reasonably possible, it should be for the better. Because the last thing you want is
The rush
for
hour.
Thunderbolts to be good, Fantastic Four to be good, and now the cachet is starting to rise again. And then you crap the bed with Doomsday, because that's not. Then nobody's gonna give a shit when we get to
Yeah.
Secret War.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, also, like, what's the fucking rush? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need everything to come out today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I would rather a good movie than the shit come out now and it's shit. I don't need sometimes good, sometimes maybe shit. You know, we don't need that.
Nah, we need Thunderbolts level execution and storytelling from here on out.
Or
Speaking of which, the director of Thunderbolts, which I will look up the name, you would think that you would think that if I was talking about this shit, try to be a little professional, I'd have the names ready, but I'm not the YouTuber, he is.
or
Remember that. The director, Jake. I'm gonna call him Jake because I can't pronounce his last name. I'm not even gonna try to butcher that shit. He is being in talks to take over the X-Men and do the X-Men movies once they join the MCU officially.
okay. And he did the Thunderbolts, right?
Yes.
I mean, shit. The fucking the Thunderbolts was a good team movie.
Yeah, and he handled each individual power set and each individual struggle in a way that added to the movie and didn't subtract nobody. Yeah, clearly Yelena was the lead, but she wasn't the most important.
Yeah.
She was an important piece of the ensemble,
Yeah.
which I think you need to do with the X-Men because it started, even in the comics and the cartoons and movie, it started becoming a little Wolverine centric. And I know Wolverine is everybody's favorite, but it's X-Men. It's not Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah. Yeah. They added him to the X-Men after the fact.
Yeah.
Shit, speaking of fact, here goes a fun fact for you. 11 years ago today, Charlie Cox was cast as Matt Murdock in Marvel's Netflix Daredevil series. So
Shit.
he's been Daredevil for 11 years.
I wonder where he stands in the length of time playing a character. Because we know for a fact Hugh Jackman's got it unlocked. Like, Hugh Jackman's been Wolverine since, what, 2000? The first X-Men came out? So for 25 years, he's been Wolverine?
Yeah. Well, technically, Michael Keaton has been the longest superhero actor because he played Batman in 1989, 1992, and 2023. So he's been Batman for fucking 30 something years.
No. The way I'm counting, you guys, watching and all that, count it how you want to count it. The way I'm counting it is you had to have consistently played the fucking character. Hugh Jackman did it in the original trilogy, he did it in the reboot trilogy, and now they brought him back for Marvel.
Okay,
The original trilogy, the reboot trilogy, his own fucking trilogy, and now he's back in for Marvel. And he's done that for 25 years. Not I played him once 10 years ago and I'm playing him again, so now I've been him for 10 years. No, other people have been Batman.
all right, well,
who else has been Wolverine?
Dave Filoni. All right, so here you go. I just looked it up. Screen Rant. The 10 longest serving actors in Marvel and DC movies. Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 10, Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan. 13 years, 8 movies, and 1 show.
Okay, see, there you go.
Ian McKellen as Magneto and some other X-Men cast members. 14 years, 5 movies.
Cool. What number was that?
Number 9. So
Let me get number 8. Rick Steiner. That's a little inside joke.
Yeah. Number 8, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. 15 years, 4 movies. Number 7, Paul Bettany as Jarvis and Vision. 15 years, 7 movies, and 3 shows.
There you go.
Number 6, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. 15 years, 12 movies, and 3 shows. Number 5, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. 17 years and 2 movies. This is what they got.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. Number 4, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, and some other Spider-Man cast members. 19 years and 4 movies. Number 3, Patrick Stewart as Professor X. 22 years and 8 movies.
All right, that I can give him.
All right. Number 2, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. 24 years, 11 movies.
All right, let me guess who number 1 is. Stan Lee.
No, number 1 is Michael Keaton as Batman. 34 years and 3 movies.
Yo, three movies in 34 years. That is not playing the fucking character. That's like claiming you were the greatest you're the greatest Latin lover in the history of Latin lovers because you had sex once 15 years ago and then again today. And you're like, yo, I've spent 15 years of this shit. No, you didn't fucking.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna fucking really do some shit, they forgot what's his name of the Joker? Matt Hamill?
Yeah, if they're doing TV,
Right?
Kevin Conroy was fucking Batman
Yeah.
longer than Michael
Yeah.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Because think about it, he did what, 3 movies? How long is each movie?
If you're lucky, 2.5 hours.
No, not playing on screen. Like to make a movie. Let's say, let's give a year.
Okay.
Right? It took him 3 years to do 3 movies to play Batman. Kevin Conroy has been Batman for how long until he passed? This dude has been Joker. Mark Hamill has been Joker for how long? Doing different video games, movies, TV shows.
Yeah. And hold up.
They're counting Keaton in the Flash.
Yeah. Now hold up. Let me see something. Now they said Hugh Jackman was 24 years.
Something like that.
Okay.
Gotta be
So
25. No, because he didn't do a movie this year. So
all right. So let's say 24 years, right? If we're doing the math, then Wesley Snipes has been Blade for 27 years.
yeah.
And 4
if you
movies.
want to fucking do it that way, he had his own trilogy
Yeah.
and came back again.
Yeah, so Blade is the longest running fucking character. And he's the only, him and Hugh Jackman are the only Wolverines and the only Blades. Because I don't count that fucking TV show. And the movie hasn't come out yet. So there you go. Wesley Snipes. Passenger 57. Oh, speaking of Blade, they show the confirmed in the works and could launch in 2027. They showed the, I guess the box cover for the video game.
Oh, that looks pretty dope.
Yeah, The Dawn of Vampires. They can make a video game about the beginning of Blade, but they can't make a movie about the beginning of Blade.
Look at that. If you want to do just the fact that he's played and still
Yeah.
alive, then Christopher Reeves was Superman for 26 years before he passed.
You want to hear something crazy? On the bottom of this, you know how the little copyright section, you know what it says? I'm going to tell you, look. Comment banana if you read, because no one really reads this text, right? I might heart your comment if you do. An edited post by TCMF Games for reporting on rumors, news, and leaks. So let's see if they actually do like the comments. So I'm going to put banana. Banana.
Yeah. Yo, you put this post was bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. When did this post come out? Or this article? Watch it be like 4 years old and nobody
Two,
fucking
2 weeks ago.
Okay, so there's a chance that he might actually see it.
I mean, well, I was gonna say they get notified, but Thunderbolts is officially one of the Marvel's biggest flops, reporting a loss of $100 million at the box office,
Yeah.
which is
We
crazy because
yo,
Thunderbolts is a
we
fucking excellent
predicted.
movie.
Go back and watch it and watch me say that Thunderbolts was gonna be the best out of the 3 movies coming out this year, and the lowest grossing of the 3 coming out this year.
Yeah, you did say that. The best out of the 3, but the worst fucking performance. Sinners made he got made, but Blade had trouble. Yo, I mean,
Dude, Mr. Local, I have been screaming about this since for 35 years. Since we're gonna do this shit. Since when was the first Blade came out?
1998.
1998. From 1998 till now, I've been saying it.
Shit. And then watch that game get delayed longer than GTA 6. I mean, if it's anything like the movie,
Hey, but GTA 6 got delayed so they can try to make it actually good, right?
I'm probably knowing Rockstar the way I do. There's a Assassin's Creed live action Netflix series finally found their writers listed for 2025 to 2026 TVC. If they finally found their writers, why are they gonna have? How are they gonna come out in 2025? What is it? Is everybody gonna have one word as a line? Or they just let them sing their dialogue? Fuck it, gotta win this race. How not motherfucking act? Fucking let him sing his dialogue.
What comedy special is that from, Ray? I know you're listening.
Shit, apparently there's a Spawn and Batman comic book.
Yeah, Spawn is teamed up with a bunch of people.
Okay. All out battle. Who comes out on top? The Hand, the Court of Owls, the League of Shadows, or the Foot?
Are we counting all like just the foot soldiers? Or are we putting the people in it, like leadership and shit?
Leadership. Fuck it.
League of Shadows.
There's a Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul. I can't remember her name, but the Lady Shiva. That's the one Lay always brings up for these arguments.
Okay, so here's a question for you now. Do you think, in your heart of hearts, that Lady Shiva can beat Shredder in a fight?
Lady Shiva would take him up to a roof and drop him in the back of a trash compactor. Are you kidding me? She'll beat the brakes off that motherfucker.
Word. With Thunderbolts and Captain America flopping, does this give y'all less interest and hope for Fantastic Four? No, I'm excited for Fantastic Four because of Thunderbolts end credit scene. You know, it's gonna be something that's gonna push us on to the fucking next phase. But I don't think Fantastic Four can get hurt by this because Fantastic Four is like a fucking legendary family comic book hero squad.
You forgot that nobody likes the original two, and Josh Trank's fucking shot put an even sour taste in everybody's mouth.
But now it's the MCU. They
Yeah,
did.
I'm
They
just saying that they're not as infallible as you think.
I hear you, but one, those movies came out so long ago, everybody forgot about them, and two, they saw what the MCU did for not only Spider-Man's career but also Deadpool's career.
Deadpool was fine.
Yeah, but he would never got a third movie if MCU didn't give him
Well, I
one.
mean, that's only because fucking Marvel bought out fucking Fox. That's what.
I think Fantastic Four will be the first film where the heroes lose badly and get a world destroyed. It's possible.
Oh,
It is possible. Shit. Speaking of their world destroyed, what is the? It's the third quarter. Knicks are losing by 10, 70 to 80.
uh, I'm my shit froze, so I didn't hear anything you just said.
Mr. Loki said, "I think Fantastic Four will be the first film where the heroes lose badly and get a world destroyed."
Uh, yeah, I think we're gonna see the reason. I think we're gonna see the.
All right, I think Cap got Oh, there you go. All right, you said the last thing we heard was we think
Yeah,
is the reason.
so I think we're gonna see the reason why Reed Richards has to do something drastic and becomes the maker. And by the end of Secret War.
Okay.
Because he's gonna run into this problem that he can't solve, and he's gonna wind up accidentally making it worse, and in doing so, it's gonna push him to a place that he never really wanted to go. His family didn't, doesn't really want him to go, but he's gonna have to do it to get out of the fucking to get out of battle. What I'm assuming is gonna be Battle World, because I mean it's Secret Invasion, Secret Wars.
Yeah. Shit. Um, I am guesstimating that Doom traps them in there and sends their ass home. Or the Silver Surfer sends their ass here. I don't think that they're gonna be on that ship willingly.
You know what? I think they are. I think it's gonna be a thing where they try to. I think it's gonna be a thing where they're gonna try to stop Galactus, right? But their Silver Surfer is gonna see the. It's gonna be like, yo, you might stop him for today, but you can't stop him permanently. And if anybody's gonna send him off, Silver Surfer's gonna send him off,
It's gonna
kicking and screaming. And then they're gonna come here and be like, "Yo, our big threat is Galactus. Our big threat is Galactus," and they're gonna prime everybody to be like, "Who the fuck is Galactus? He's gonna come here and eat the world." Okay, cool. We can now get Eternals. Somebody who was there when Erisham showed up. I was like, "Yo, is it like the big dude in England, or the head that came out of the ocean?" And then all of a sudden, Galactus doesn't come to our universe, or that Galactus doesn't come here. Doom is our fucking big problem that nobody saw coming. Because Doom also came here to escape from a universe in which Galactus destroyed his world, his Earth. And when he hears that the Fantastic Four had a shot and ran, right?
Yeah.
He's now pissed at Reed Richards, who's supposed to be the smartest man alive. That's now his attack on the Fantastic Four. He now has to make a power play because this world hasn't had that instance yet, right? They don't know about Galactus yet here.
Yeah.
So what do? If you're trying to stop Galactus, you either do one or two things. You either try to assemble the most powerful beings you can, or maybe in the case of Doctor Doom, you try to take the power from the most powerful people you can. And what's the best way to do both? You create Battle World. You do Secret War. You have everybody fight. and you assess, can I use them or do I need to take from them? And you pull in from every world you can, because Galactus hit multiple different things. That means either he's going universe to universe, or there's one in each universe.
Shit. How would you do it? Would you do it one as each universe?
Yeah, I would do it one in. I would do it one in each universe, and we saw Galactus and Silver Surfer in. So this is how I would do it. We see the female Silver Surfer, which Galactus has had female heralds before, right?
Yeah.
So that's not too much of an issue. But we see that one in Fantastic Four. We get a flashback with Galactus and another herald destroying Doom's planet, his Earth and his universe, right? And then
Yeah.
we get in ours. If we ever get our Galactus, we get Norn Rad, the Silver Surfer, in ours. And then when he comes here, we can get him to turn, because we already have knowledge of Galactus. So when he comes down to scout the planet, we can confront him and be like, yo, we know what you're here for. We know what you're trying to do. And it can give Norn Rad the opportunity to be like, I really don't want to do this. I try to find planets that don't have people and populations and other shit. That's why he hasn't been here. That's why he hasn't showed up till now. I did my best to keep him away from a planet like this. But I couldn't do it for that long. So he's finally showing up here. But since you know about him, and I know about him, maybe we can team up and stop his ass. So now you get 3 versions of Galactus. One in a full movie, one in a flashback, and then you could do another full movie or another set of movies with Galactus. And it's not gonna feel hopeless. Like if Fantastic Four really ends with Galactus winning and Doom lost to Galactus. Well, now we have a game plan. Now we know some shit. We have information. Maybe we can beat this one.
Yeah.
And then you can always just be, hey, luckily for us, our universe had the weakest Galactus. Earth 31617, or whatever that was in Strange Multiverse of Madness, they had the weaker Thanos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop where I am with this, with the side project.
Why you think that's good?
Yeah, because that should be 3. There should be 3 coats there.
All right. So you're saying tomorrow when we wake up
I would say, to be honest, probably around this time tomorrow. It's when you paint something, it's always better to give it at minimum 24 to really set.
what's going on, Leon?
Do you have any other news?
I believe so. Hold up. Let's see. Oh yeah. So, new look at Eyes of Wakanda, a 4-part animated anthology series that follows warriors throughout Wakandan history, tasked to travel the world, retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. So this has nothing to do with the MCU movies.
Yes. So this is gonna be like the Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Sith, where it's a small anthology that just gives you a little more story of an event that happened in the MCU, but we just didn't hone in on.
So we're gonna see people that we're gonna like more than anything else, and
I mean, they run that risk.
and we're gonna be like, yo, we like this person, and I'm like, sorry, nope.
Definitely run that risk. I mean, it's better than the fucking human duck hybrid from What If.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause that was kind of stupid.
Oh, Mr. Logan, that's one that I'm curious to watch. But I gotta be honest. When I first saw the trailer to John Wick, I was enamored. I was like, yo, I'm gonna see this movie no matter what the fuck happens. Loved the first John Wick movie. Hated the second one, but I wasn't in the right mind frame when I saw it. When I rewatched it, it was better. Thought the third one ended perfectly. It was like, yo, we don't need any more. Was disappointed in the fourth one. It just went too fucking far. Like, yo, you can't beat this man like that. Like, this is just too much. And now, Ballerina, all right, it's Ana de Almas. It's happening before some of this shit. So, okay, I'm all right with it. But I hear they're doing a fifth one. And if he comes back for a fifth one, how much more do we need to watch this man get beat?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, how many times is he gonna die? He died in the second one, and then he died in the third one, died in the fourth one.
Yo, this man fell down the stairs for 15 minutes of a scene. How much more can this man take?
Word, ain't no amount of suits that can help you out with that. All right, and then in
Yo,
more
and
news, okay.
before we move on, just think about it. You're the high table, right? You saw him lay waste to a crime boss in part one. In part two, he walked into the Continental and shot one of your members point blank in the fucking head. Part three, you couldn't kill him. Part four, he outsmarted your fucking high table member and killed him. When are you gonna be like, you know what? The Baba Yaga, we let him be. You retired, John. Get out of here. Matter of fact, $40 million, no one touches him.
Right? Shit. Because it's starting to be like a Fast and the Furious movie. We didn't see the body. Like, we actually saw this motherfucker die. You know, shit has to end. This is like they were talking about doing a remake of fuck, what movie was it? Rambo, I think it was, or something like that. And I'm sitting there going, for what? Yo, if you want to make a Rambo movie, make a fucking movie that's like Rambo and call it something else. You know, call it. He ain't got no fucking legs. You ain't gotta call it Rambo. Like, what the fuck is the point? We're gonna remake this movie. No, you're not. You're just gonna make another stupid ass movie and call it Rambo to try to get money off it. All right. Another news. Mark Ruffalo will play a bigger role as Bruce Banner in Spider-Man's Brand New Day, not just a small cameo. Well, this is my gripe. What are you gonna do with Bruce Banner in a fucking bigger role on the movie? You already gave one of his primary fucking storylines to Thor with fucking Planet Hulk. So what is he gonna do? Is he gonna be fucking Megaton 4000 Hulk? Is fucking Spider-Man gonna go into gamma radiation and the Hulk is gonna be like, all right, Peter. He's like, you just call me Peter. He's like, yeah, Hulk remember, Bruce don't. Like, we're gonna get that scene.
Yo, they can do. There's a lot of shit that happens between Spider-Man and the Hulk,
That's
and
my
we
favorite.
do have an opportunity for one of these villains. Maybe not. Maybe not. Who were the villains again? It was Scorpion, Adrian Toomes as Tombstone, and who was the third one?
Uh, shit.
There was a Sparkle Jacket or some shit.
Let me look. Let me look. Oh, and Boomerang.
Boomerang. All right, so it's not gonna be Boomerang and Scorpion. Maybe Adrian Toomes shows up because whoever hired him has a way to trigger the Hulk. And we've been getting nothing but Bruce Banner this whole time, right?
Yeah.
So now to bring him back to the Hulk, we have something to trigger him off. It's no longer the mind and the muscle together. And then we have Spider-Man do his thing where he calms the Hulk down. He understands the Hulk. They have that whole conversation. He's like, yo, the Hulk knows. Even though you could probably make an argument that the Hulk didn't meet Spider-Man.
I mean,
Because the Hulk wasn't in Civil War, right?
no, he wasn't. He was playing Hulk at that time.
Yeah, and then when he came back for Endgame and Infinity War, Spider-Man was with Stark.
Yeah.
But the Hulk can be the part that remembers what happened before the spell took place. The fact that Spider-Man killed Mysterio. It's Peter Parker. He was on trial, and all that shit. You can go that route.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be dope if it was one of those things where the Hulk goes, Banner forgot, Hulk don't forget.
Yeah, we could definitely do it.
And it'd be like the Hulk went into a gamma and he turned into the fucking Savage Hulk, and then he had like Spider-Man had to fight him to calm him down and all that other shit, and that's where you get that thing. Cause in that scene in the beach, they were fighting, and Spider-Man just ran out of gamma radiation, and he thought the Hulk did too, but the Hulk is pure gamma. Speaking of pure gamma, I want to see if you knew this or if this is something that's new to you. While Wally West has no shortage of speed feats, he still continues to grow. Writer Scott Lobendal confirmed Wally became faster than infinite speed. Then in Flash Forward, Wally surpassed the Speed Force itself.
Yes, Wally West is the fastest Flash.
So he is faster than the Speed Force.
That part is probably new, and I didn't know that coming in here, but I did know out of all the Flashes, Wally West is the fastest, but Barry is like the best person out of all of them.
He's I mean, the Spider-Man out of
Yeah.
it's weird when not Wally, Barry Allen is the Barry Allen of all the Flashes. There's nobody else that you compare him to.
Yeah.
Shit. And then the last tidbit with fucking oh, here you go. This is the last thing I want to talk about because this does spark a little conversation. How do you feel about the rumors that Braun Strowman wants to play Zangief? Roman Reigns wants to play Akuma. They're saying that Jason Momoa might either be M. Bison or Blanca. And like, there's a whole bunch of talk. Like, people are fucking making this Street Fighter movie happen whether they want to or not.
Okay, Strowman as
Zangief.
That's the Russian wrestler.
Yeah.
All right, because for some reason my mind went to Dalsim. I was like, this motherfucker's gonna play an Indian yoga.
Yo, got flame.
No, him is Zangief. Okay, that's cool. Big ass wrestler played by a big ass wrestler. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa as Lobo as Blanca. That could be fun. Him as M. Bison, definitely not. I don't see a way he plays M. Bison.
Yeah.
And Roman Reigns as Akuma is the dumbest shit.
I can see Roman Reigns as M. Bison.
No. M. Bison is not Samoan.
Well, hold up. No, I hear you.
Akuma's not Samoan.
I hear you, but look. The only way I can accept an M. Bison, now that you just said no, is if you get an award-winning actor to overact in the movie. Because not for nothing,
Ralph
Julia did a splendid job overacting in that movie. It was like, okay, I'm gonna teach y'all something. We're in a movie, and the only way to make your part believable is to act. So I'm gonna show you how to do it, and I'm gonna say it loud enough for everybody to hear. And Van Damme said, "Fuck that! I'm gonna kick your ass so hard the next M. Bison wannabe is gonna feel it." And Zangief was just sitting there going, "You got played." That's one of my lines. But yeah. Who do you get to replace him? Well, I mean, you can't recast him. So obviously someone else has to play M. Bison. Do you go with the we need someone that's like him, or just go, nah, I need Bison. I need a Bison here.
Who's the dude from? I'll tell you right now. Because the name I have in my head, I know for a fact is incorrect.
Charlie Cox.
You know who I get to play M. Bison? Him.
Ung Buck?
From the Raid.
And that
Tony Jaa is Buck.
Oh, that's not Tony Jaa?
No.
Oh, shit. He
This
looked
guy's
just like
from
him.
the Raid 2, Stuber.
Yeah. He looked just like him. And I'm not saying that because they all look alike.
You get that dude. You bulk him up or you put him in a fucking muscle suit, doesn't matter. And you get him to be M. Bison. Or you get him to be Akuma. Think
Who
of
do you
him
get to play Ryu?
fighting the guy who's going to be Ryu.
I mean, who's going to be Ryu?
Ryu, you get... I'm not prevalent with fucking Asian actors' names, but yo, fuck it, get the kid who's doing Karate Kid Legacy. Get the new Karate Kid.
Okay, I can see that. I was thinking the dude who played the drunken guy in Iron Fist and Mortal Kombat.
The guy who plays Cole Young in Mortal Kombat?
I mean, yeah, he was also in Cobra Kai, right?
I don't know. You watch Cobra Kai? I don't.
I believe so.
I know he was Shatterstar in Deadpool 2 and in subsequent Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's not the one that had the shit come out his elbows, eh?
No, he had the white suit with the weird head, but he did nothing in that movie. In either movie, he did nothing. But
all I heard was "I think yo." I'm like, who the fuck?
He could do it. I just think the problem with him in Mortal Kombat is you made a bullshit character to be an analog for the fans of a franchise that's been around since 1992. We all know what Mortal Kombat is. You don't need an analog for what? A tournament? And they the realms and Shao Hu and Shang what and who's the motherfucker? We all know this. This isn't a fucking thing that you came up with today and nobody knew. Plus, you had Johnny Cage. The fucking reason there's a character that everybody can be like, well, this is the audience member because he don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on. That dude's shooting shit out of his hands. This motherfucker's got ice. That dude's got 4 arms. He's shooting lasers out of his eyes. We didn't need a new guy to replace the guy that you now have to put in part 2 as the new fucking focus.
That's true. Shit, it's funny. You
You know what they did? They turned around and was like, yo, you ever heard of this thing? It's called pizza. It's bread, it's sausage, cheese. You're gonna fucking love it. Oh, cool. So how do you eat it? You eat it multiple different ways, but this is how I'm gonna introduce you to pizza. And they pull up fucking pizza rolls.
Oh no.
It's like, here's your foyer to pizza. It's like, no, you could have just got a fucking slice. The actual fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, am I bugging? I can't find this motherfucker. All right, I can't find him under the Cobra Kai section, so we're gonna have to go to Iron Fist.
So then,
A matter of fact, just Mortal Kombat. Fuck it, let's go to
Yeah.
him, and let's make a fucking
Louis
deal.
10. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, that is the guy from Cobra Kai.
Yep, he was in Cobra Kai 8 episodes. He was Sensei Wolf.
Yeah, he was the guy that, not Reese, but the other guy from Cobra Kai teamed up with at the end.
Who
the blonde hair guy, Reese's friend.
Oh, the dude with the long hair.
Yeah. So he teamed up with him to embarrass Miyagi, though. I mean, you could have him as Ryu, huh?
Yeah. You can, but
what about him as Vegeta?
He's more Goku.
I was gonna say Goku, but if you actually see him act in Cobra Kai, he's more of a fucking like badass brute. I fuck you up, but I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah, like his acting is completely like he actually acted in Cobra Kai.
All right, so he's good.
Like Daniel's son and Tommy went up to him and said, "Listen, this isn't like Mortal Kombat. This isn't a fantasy world you live in. This is real fucking karate, real fucking TV, real shit. You're gonna act," and he acted. Did a pretty good job. He was in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I just told you he played Shatterstar.
You did say that. I forgot who the fuck Shatterstar is.
Don't worry, the writers hate Shatterstar. That's why he's in the.
Oh wait, he was the one with the white
jacket
in Daredevil 2. He had the white shit and he was electrocuted or something.
Deadpool. Yeah.
That's what I said.
No, you said Daredevil.
No, what you heard was what I said, but what I said was Daredevil.
Yeah, again, you said Daredevil.
Shit. The only reason why I wouldn't want Roman Reigns as Akuma is because I ain't never seen this motherfucker throw a kick in my life. And Akuma's supposed to be a fucking martial arts expert.
Yo, you didn't know Akuma's main attack is the Superman punch?
No, I didn't know it. I was too busy. Shit.
Yo, side note, you ever see there's this guy named Pete Holmes where he does these skits where it's like, oh, it's Street Fighter. And it's him interviewing the Street Fighters before the tournament. And he's like, yo, we got to get travel arrangements. We got to do other thing. And he's interviewing Ryu, who's played by Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. Right? And he's like, so, you know, when you do your special moves, do you say anything? Because we got to know if you say anything so it can get cleared by corporate and the lawyers. So that way there's, you know, no problems when we film the tournament and blah, blah. He's like, yeah, I got one move. It's called the Sure You Can. And he's like, okay, sure you can. Okay, cool. He's like, you got anything else? He's like, yeah, I got this spinning kick. It's Strata Throw Kit. He's like, But how do you? What is that? It's like Dr. Through Kid. He's like, attack the fruity kid. He's like, no, it's. And he said it again. He's like, how do you spell that? And he's like, I don't know how to spell that. It's T-U. And he's like, I don't think we can use that because we can't get that cleared.
Attack the fruity kid. Shit. I think I remember that. Or you, I think you remember telling me about that. What that was it wasn't a pitch meeting, right?
No. Pete Holmes had it on. He used to have a late night show, and that's like a skit that he would cut to every once in a while. Because he did that. He did that with the Justice League, where he was Batman interviewing Justice League members and like, "Yo, Wonder Woman, what do you just got a whip? That's it? Like, what are you doing on this team?" And then she used it on him, and he started saying all these truths. He did the same thing with the with the X-Men, where he was Professor X, and he's like, "Wolverine, you're fired. We don't need you." He's like, "What? What are you talking about, Bob?" He's like, "You're made of the thing that our main villain can manipulate. You're no use to us." He would just go around and fucking just berate all these characters as Professor X or Batman or.
And what's his name again?
Pete Holmes.
Shit. Okay, yeah, I think I remember seeing the Xavier Woods one, the Professor X one. But all right, who would you say could play Akuma? If we was talking about back in the 90s,
You know who I want to play Akuma?
Olo.
No. Well, I mean, you could put him. He's perfectly fine.
Saying back in the 90s.
If we're going to old school and then today,
Yeah.
Today I want Donnie Yen. I want Donnie Yen to, instead of being the good guy, let him be the dude who, like, with his skill, you're like, okay, I can see why nobody could beat his ass. And him being this tough and all that shit is warranted. If we're talking about back in the 90s, when the first Street Fighter movie came out, Jackie Chan.
For Akuma?
Jackie Chan is never, to my knowledge, or he's been a villain one time, and that's in Enter the Dragon, where he was a nameless henchman who really got hit in the head with nunchucks against Bruce Lee.
Yeah. And he said he milked it.
Yeah. But to give him that role where he's the fucking man. Like, if you look at the movie The Foreigner, that I think is Jackie Chan's most serious role.
Yeah.
Where he wasn't doing the stunts to play for laughs. He was just doing the serious stunt work and serious, I gotta kick the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the bad guy. Like, I want to see him sink into this role where, because think about it, he's the bad guy to us. But for him training and passing down the knowledge and doing all that shit, he doesn't think he's doing anything wrong. He thinks he found the ultimate way.
He thinks he's Thanos.
Yeah.
Shit, you know, it's funny. He was watching Romeo Must Die, and we were saying how we didn't think Jet Li was made, like, it's like, it's weird because you would think, like, this isn't a Jet Li movie. The way, you know, he's sitting there with the comedy and all the bullshit. Like, Jackie Chan, I could see doing this. But Jet Li and Ali actually worked.
I know, that motherfucker was good.
Yeah. But, you know, like they say, some you win and dim sum you lose. Shit. But all right, let's get to the nitty and the gritty. You want to do the fucking voice?
Right. I mean, if Ray's no longer gonna be here, we still doing that?
No, fuck it. We don't need to do it. Ray just did it because that was the only time that he participated. All right, hold up. 4 films, 1 choice.
Okay.
You had the Power Rangers, the movie.
The original one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original one back in the
Okay.
90s. Blade or Mortal Kombat.
And I only get to keep one.
Yeah.
All right. Right off the bat, Power Rangers the movie, get that the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's trash. The original Ninja Turtles, the original Blade, and the original Mortal Kombat. I gotta go with Mortal Kombat.
Shit, I hear you. You know what's funny? I would go with Ninja Turtles. I've actually saw Ninja Turtles more times than any other movie on that list. The
Dude,
original,
every now and again, I look up what streaming service has all the Mortal Kombat movies, and I just watch all of them.
both.
I mean, there's
You
only
mean
3, but
wait? You mean the 2 original and then the remake?
yeah.
All right. Shit. Happy late Memorial Day. What's going on, normal guy? Jackie Chan was badass in the film. Yeah, Jackie Chan was. Roman as Sagat.
Maybe for Sagat. Or you know what we could do? We tell Roman to do what his cousin did and pack on the pounds and let him play E Honda.
Right?
I mean, his cousin played Yokozuna, right? And E
Shit.
Honda was the Yokozuna.
You know who I want to see play Johnny Cage? I know it's Mortal Kombat, but like if you did a now Johnny Cage,
But you know, Carl Urban's playing him.
yeah, Dread.
Yeah.
But you know who I want to see play? I would like to see play Johnny Cage.
Who?
Henry Cavill.
Okay.
You put Henry Cavill as Johnny Cage, right? And then you can have like Bobby Lashley as Jax, or the real person to put as Jax is Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
Then you can have Johnny Yen as Shang Tsung. You want there goes your badass right there. Goro, you keep CGI because we don't have anybody with 4 arms.
So I'm looking it up now. The Voltron movie has wrapped filming. I just got an alert. It's going to be, I think, a straight to like Amazon Prime streaming movie and not in the theaters.
Wait, what's gonna be straight to Prime?
Voltron.
Voltron. Shit.
I mean,
I
as
mean,
much I'm a huge fan of Voltron. As much as I would like to see it on the big screen, you tell me I get to see it at home for free,
yeah,
and I don't gotta go nowhere.
yeah. Shit.
Maybe they'll do like they did with Dungeons and Dragons, where it's like, hey, you're an Amazon Prime member. We're doing a special screening on a Tuesday.
That'd be dope because then we could go see it in the theater.
Yeah.
Apparently, Avengers: Doomsday and Secret Wars will reportedly be Chris Hemsworth's last movies in the MCU.
I mean, Thor's done. He's done everything he could do.
That's true. He's raising a little girl now. He don't need. Bobby as Balrog. 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 Battle Toad.
You're just gonna start riveting. Bobby Lashley is.
Shit. All right. Enough's enough. It's the nitty and the gritty time.
Show enough.
Word. Now, this is what you're here for, Mr. Loki. This is what everybody's here for. We're gonna start bashing women. Nah. But yo, let's call a spade and keep the fucking muffins at home. Ironheart, She-Hulk, and the Marvels had the most disliked trailers in MCU. I'm very similar though.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They were right about the She-Hulk. First 2 episodes started strong, and then that shit not only took a left turn, but it took a left turn off the bridge. They were right about the Marvels, because as much as you like it, you can't be the only one to like something and it actually be good.
Well, I enjoyed it. It is different.
Dude, like and enjoy is the same thing. I've never heard anybody go, I enjoyed it. Piece of shit. Never again. But I enjoy it.
Well, I mean, it's not a fucking the best movie in the world. It's one of those like, all right, we watched it. It was enjoyable.
That's why you use the word like. Like you never look at your true love and go, I like you. And then that cements it. You're married with 4 kids. Well, you actually get slapped in the face if you say that.
Well, because shit, you put my food in your belly, you live under my roof, you do this, I ain't got to like you. It's my job to fucking.
Yeah, that's a kid, not a.
What movie is that from, Ray? And anyone in the chat? And Cap, if you know.
I know James L. Jones did the original play.
Yeah.
And I know that Denzel did the play and then did the movie. But all I hear is a Raisin in the Sun, but that's not it. It's not a Raisin in the Sun.
No, it's Fences.
Huh?
Fences.
Yeah, that was gonna be my 15th guess.
Shit. All right. So Ironheart.
Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
So Ironheart was back in 2008
when they debuted her in the comics.
Yeah, it was like 2008 to 15 in that range. They were doing this new thing where they were getting rid of all the old characters, bringing in new characters, trying to freshen up comics, get new readers. They had a thing where Iron Man died. Riri Wilson then took over the mantle and had Tony Stark as her AI, her Jarvis. He had put his subconscious into an AI, and he was helping her out. Nobody liked her when she first came out. It was one of the roughest debuts of a comic because, again, you're going to take this person who has no connection to Iron Man and make her the new Iron Man. When you have James Rhodes to fucking fill in the fucking suit.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense. But no, they went that way. Eventually, she got a following and everybody's cool with her. Now she's Ironheart. And now she's, on the back burner. Doesn't really do much, but she's a little more accepted now. You again have this lady show up in Wakanda Forever. She did a thing. Here's my issue with it. I don't care that somebody saw Iron Man and got inspired and went, hey, I'm technologically savvy. I'm intelligent. I could see what he did and try to emulate it because I'm inspired by what he did and I want to do the same. I got no problem being inspired by somebody and try to take up what they've done. Right? That is not my issue. My issue is and I hope it's only for the trailer and not in the show, but you kicked yourself with this line. What do you want to build? And she goes, something iconic. Bitch, you ripping off Iron Man, the actual icon
Yeah.
of the MCU. He's the icon.
He's the first MCU guy.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do that's more iconic than the man who fucking snapped Thanos out of existence and saved the entire universe? You can't.
Yeah.
You can't do anything more iconic than that.
Yeah.
Then there's a line about the line that everybody else brings up. The fact that she was like, oh, Tony Stark was a playboy millionaire and I'm just a college student. And it's like, okay, but when Tony Stark had to build the suit, which everybody points out, I'm not, the first one pointing this out, but
Yeah.
when he had to build the suit, he had a bunch of scrap metal in a fucking cave with no resources. We're literally watching you talk to a guy. He's like, here's all the money you need. Build the suit you want. You went to fucking Wakanda to build your upgraded suit. What advantages did he have being a billionaire that you didn't have? You got taught by Wakanda.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's giving you money. You're at MIT. Like, you're not building this in a fucking one-room studio apartment with the fucking shit that your cat drags in. Like, Peter Parker actually came in with fucking VCR equipment and shit he found in the dumpster to help build his version of his Spider-Man suit before Tony Stark gave him a fucking suit. That dude had no fucking, like, he was doing nothing, something with nothing. So why are we taking this route? You're already shooting yourself in the foot by taking somebody who means absolutely nothing in the MCU right now. And the only thing you can do is talk shit about the one guy who means the most in the fucking MCU.
Yeah.
You're shooting yourselves in the foot. It doesn't have to be this way. She could have been just the biggest fucking... We know Peter Parker loves Iron Man. He got to meet him. Well, what if there was somebody else out there who was just as big of a fan of Iron Man, just never got the shot to fucking meet him? But who did she meet? She met Shuri in Wakanda.
Not for nothing, you can make her a nerd also, where she's not the coolest fucking person in the world, but she's smart and she likes Gundam. And that's why her suit looks like a fucking Gundam robot and not Iron Man's fucking suit. And with Wakanda teaching her to put together a mech suit like that with vibranium, she did it with what she had. And people were just like, oh, she's on the Tony Stark grant. Oh, look, this fucking Iron Heart. Because she got a heart on this shit. And she's like, I'm not fucking Iron Man. And it just sticks with her.
Yeah. There's a million ways. Yo, I know you do the wrestling shit on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? There was what the fuck were they called? It was Connor and Victor. They were from the Wasteland.
Oh, it starts with an A. The
Ascension.
The Ascension. There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
These guys were a tag team in NXT. A dominant tag team, a great fucking tag team, one of the best teams that NXT has ever produced. They came up to the main roster. They felt like a mix of the Acolytes and Legion of Doom. Right? And what's the first thing JBL starts saying? They think they're better than Demolition. They think they're better than Legion of Doom. And it's like, who the fuck said that? They never said that. They never compared themselves. But you keep telling us that they say they're better than all these teams when we clearly see that they're not because you're not booking them correctly. And you instantly turn us against them. Or not us,
Yeah.
but the fans. You turn the fans against them. And then you're like, yo, they're not catching on. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You just told me that what you're going to build is going to be more iconic. Right? Because you can't say, I'm going to build something iconic without it being that you're going to build something more iconic. Because that already is an icon. There's already iconography about Iron Man's suit. Two things can't be iconic. You know how I know? M&M's did not want to have did not want to sell the rights to Steven Spielberg when he did E.T. because E.T. was supposed to eat M&M's in the movie. They didn't want to get involved because they didn't understand the movie, didn't want to do whatever. But you know who did? Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
So he ate Reese's Pieces. E.T.'s an iconic movie. When's the last time you seen anybody talk about Reese's fucking Pieces? Reese's don't even talk about Reese's Pieces. They talk about the Reese's peanut butter cup, and that's it. They don't even talk about their fucking candy.
Yeah. Shit.
Two things are the same can't be iconic.
That's true. She could have said, what do you want to build? The next iconic symbol.
Or, what do you want to build? Something inspired. All you got to say. And now, if you want to do the full range, who were you inspired by? Tony Stark. You could have rewrote the line. He was a billionaire, but when push came to shove, he made his suit out of nothing. Boom. Now she's showing reverence. She's showing that, she's showing respect for the legacy that was left behind. We're good to go. She's a fan. She's like us. She has a chance to build the suit. She built the suit. Or if you wanna just for some reason, like I feel Marvel would do, is keep the races fucking separate. And if you wanna know why I say that, look at was it in the Marvels? It was in the Marvels. Look at how Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury talks to Kamala Khan versus how he talks to Carol Danvers versus how he talks to fucking Spectre. I need you to fly. I can't fly. Black Girl magic.
Yeah.
I don't see you saying shit like that to anybody else. So if you want to keep everything in that field, she's not a fan of Tony Stark because Tony Stark was the playboy idiot. She's a fan of James Rhodes. That's why her suit looks bulky and big like War Machine and not Iron Man.
Yeah. Shit. That makes sense. And you can have Don Cheadle's character fucking almost mentor or some shit.
Yeah, I think originally he was supposed to show up because this was supposed to tie into Armor Wars, which I don't know if that's a thing anymore. I don't know if it's a TV show or a movie or if it's even happening. That is kind of like faded out into obscurity.
Shit. But so everything that you just said was what the gripes were for the trailer. And
yeah, but then I'm not taking this into. I don't give a shit that she's a woman or that she's African American. I don't care. You could have put, you know who you could have made this series with who's the kid from Iron Man 3. And if he would have said, what do you want to build? It's like something iconic. I still would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
You're not picking up the shit that he couldn't finish. Like he finished his whole fuck. He had Mach 147 by the time he was dead.
Shit.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, Tony Stark had you know, he built his suit out of scraps in a cave. But like the argument is this: a man just made metal plates with hydraulic um
Joints.
joints, rocket boosters, and basic weaponry. Like that Mach 1 was not Iron Man. It was just an iron suit, a lead suit, right? But what was impressive was the arc reactor he made from the Jericho missile. That's something she can't get at a wholesale store.
That's
You know,
something
it's
I don't
just-
think she can do.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like now to make a suit, Hammer made suits. It didn't work, but he made suits. There's a lot of technical geniuses out there that made suits. So for her to make a suit isn't really all that. Now, another thing that they don't take into consideration is that she learned from Wakanda. She learned from Siri. Tony had to build that shit on his own accord. With which I believe the guy that he was with, wasn't he an engineer or something?
He was a doctor.
He was a doctor. You know what I'm saying? So, but you have a man who built weapons, build an armored suit with weapons in it, and then a girl that's supposedly a genius in MIT building a suit that can fly, an armored suit. Now, is that groundbreaking? No. That's like someone in MIT going, look, gravity exists, and just letting an apple fall from a tree. Like, we saw that already.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something. Are you done with the?
No, go ahead. Good.
I'm gonna say something good here. I saw one dude who was like, when she was in the elevator, like, you got 3 minutes to defuse this, whatever this situation is here, and get out of the elevator. This is your test. This is your interview, right? And she said, "Oh, fuck this," and went to the panel and then lifted the door. And he was like, "Oh, she had 3 minutes to solve this thing, and she just opened the door." It's like, motherfucker, that shows more intelligence to figure out where in the panel the auxiliary power for the door lock is, disable it, and then walk out of the fucking door. So you're not sucking in poison trying to figure out what wire to press. Maybe it's a trip wire. Maybe they put in the wrong thing. Maybe this wire doesn't lead to that. You're a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Get out of the room. She got out of the room. You're mad at her because she solved the escape room without having to use the fucking parts.
And also,
That's the genius part.
yeah, and also, not for nothing, a genius knows you don't touch shit that you don't know. It's open up that crate. Fuck you. I'm getting out of here. That's what I saw when I saw that part.
Yeah.
But then, isn't the guy that paid her all that money? Isn't he a genius also?
No, that he's playing the hood. He's well, he's a street level like crime boss organization genius because he outsmarted in the comics. He outsmarted Kingpin. And
Okay,
took
so what-
over the criminal world for a little bit.
Okay, so what I'm seeing is he got himself a patsy.
Yeah,
She's a patsy.
he's the cult of personality.
Yeah.
He's the dude that says the pretty words and people follow him. And you're like, why are you following this guy? Except his hood actually allows him to do some shit. And he's an occultist. So he's got some occult markings that also enhance him a little bit. But other than that, you're like, why are we I would be like, why are we following him?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, but he spoke. We must follow. It's like, what?
A great white buffalo. Shit. I
I think this show is going to be like Agatha. Where
think this show's gonna be a sleeper. Sorry to cut you off, because like everybody's so focused on her, where I think she's gonna have pivotal moments in the show, but the most interesting part of it is probably gonna be the hood, because that guy has charisma. The fucking guy that's playing the hood, he's
Anthony
from the
Ramos.
like he has charisma. His story is like the shit that he did already in there is like, okay, this guy is definitely the money so far, you know, even though he's probably gonna be the main bad guy. But it's probably gonna be a story of my man found her weakness, and that was unlimited fucking access to shit. Like, you know, I have unlimited money. She got a
Yeah.
taste of that shit in Wakanda, and now she got it, and you know, it's almost like those kids in Die Hard 3. What are you doing here? With all the cops down at 51st Street, it's like you go rob Fort Knox. Oh shit, it was a deploy. Like it was, you know, like
Yeah.
no one's caring about what she's doing. And this is probably gonna be the show that shows us her what is it, access point? The time where she needs to learn how to become a hero. Like, so something tragic might happen here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know people are just sitting there like, this is what Tony Stark did, like how you just did, right? But I don't think it's that fucking. I think the reason they put that line in there is to attract more women. Like, in all honesty, what do you want to build? Something iconic, and then you're like, oh look, this woman is gonna be iconic, and then you know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the woman power shit.
Now here's where you can make a misstep with that.
I think he's the same guy in Transformers:
And
Rise of the Beast.
Transformers,
Yeah.
Here's where you can make a misstep with that. Let's say you get the women in there, right? 50% of them are just gonna watch because, oh, women power, yay. The other 50% are gonna turn around and go to whoever their men are and go, who's this Ironheart girl who's gonna be an icon? And all the men are gonna turn around and be like, "Brr, brr, brr, brr," exactly what I just did. And those 50% of women are go, oh, so she's just gonna follow what the fucking man did? She's not even gonna do her own shit, and boom, you lost 50% of the women that you thought you had, and all the men. Because you decided that women's empowerment was more important than portraying an empowerment story for your female character, which are two vastly different things. Atomic Blonde, a movie about a woman who's a spy who struggled her way through shit that was a very good fucking movie. Charlie's Angel, the new one, a women's empowerment movie. They're good at this because they're women, and women are good at blah blah blah. Vastly different tones, vastly different audience that you set out. Pray. When everybody was like, oh, they're doing women's empowerment again because the female's gonna fight the fucking predator and blah 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 blah. And then you watch the movie and you go, oh no, this has nothing to do with female empowerment and all to do with she wants to be able to do what her brother wants to be able to do. Because it makes no sense in that dynamic that if you're capable, you still have to sit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
It makes sense why you would stay on the sideline if you're not capable. And then what happens? The movie's pretty fucking good. Everybody likes it. Nobody's saying shit about it. And she outsmarted the fucking predator. She didn't outstrength him.
Yeah. Because you got to make it practical.
Yeah. So there's two different things at play here. You can make a female character that's strong, independent, thinks on her own, badass. And you know how I know? Ripley from Aliens. It's been done.
And that was in the 80s.
Yeah. Sarah fucking Connors from the Terminator films. Like, it's been done.
You know what? You know what I think the people got an issue with nowadays when they do the woman thing? It's so easy for them. You know, like how you always bring up She-Hulk. She could control the Hulk just because I'm always I got a period and shit. People hit on me. Like what? You can
Yeah,
control your anger because people hit on you?
yo, when you you could have just said Bruce had so much shit that's buried underneath that he's never resolved, that his rage becomes uncontrollable. He's the Hulk. Jennifer is a well-adjusted fucking human who has dealt with all of her shit and is just dealing now with the normal day-to-day shit. So when she transforms out of anger, she doesn't lose control because there's nothing that's bubbling underneath that's like, I want to fucking take over. You sit
Yeah.
There's nothing there doing that. You didn't have to do, because here's the fucking stupid
There's
shit.
no Ed Kranepool in her.
Yeah, here's the stupid shit, right? You guys know how I feel about the character of Jennifer
Yeah.
and the actress who plays She-Hulk,
Yeah.
right? You can't tell me I know how to control my anger because I'm a woman who gets catcalled and harassed and all this other shit, at the same time telling me not a fucking man in LA wants to date her. So who's doing this? Who's doing this to you?
Jesus.
And then turn around and show us that somebody fucking did the shit that she said. Just brush over it. What's in this hand? Sexual assault and stealing of blood. Out of here. This and here I got twerking with what Megan the fucking horse or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Julie Roberts. Because it was even easy for Siri, to be honest with you. Like with the Dora Milaje, even though they're the trained, like the best trained fucking fighters in the world, they beat the shit out of fucking Falcon and Bucky and
Walker.
two super soldiers and the fucking and Falcon. Like they beat they beat the shit out of everybody, right? But then when it came down time to fucking fight aliens, who was saving the Dora Milaje? A witch that literally could have just said, "Go home," and everybody would have, like, she is the fucking Infinity Gauntlet apparently herself. She could no more mutants, and there's no more mutants. She could have been like, "No Infinity Gauntlet," boom, and then fucking Black Widow. Like every time the women saved each other, it was the easiest shit in the world. Right? But then Thor comes, bring me Thanos, and he got a brand new weapon that's killing everybody by itself, and he still gets shadowed by 45 people, and he fucking stabs Thanos in the heart. And what happens? Should have aimed for the head. Boom. He still fails.
Yo, that's the shit that's the thing that I don't understand. We grew up in a household, right? And we've said this before, where our mom made more money than our dad. That never was an issue. That never precluded our father from being the male figure, from teaching us how to be men, from teaching us what the fuck to do. That never ruined the relationship. That never, I mean, at least in front of us, we never saw major fucking issues and shit. But that never soured anything.
Yeah.
Because my mom was Miss Independent. All right, she had traveled the world on her own. She did everything she ever wanted to do. You couldn't tell her shit.
People tried.
But when it came to the unit, the family unit, there was no independence. There was the family unit. If it was something that me and Vin needed, she went into attack mode for us, not for herself. Like, there are proper ways to fucking tell stories, no matter who you put in the fucking lead. Because the hero's journey is the same. The hero's got to find out what they can do. They got to find out what their purpose is. They have to struggle. They have to gain some arrogance. They have to lose horribly to show them that they are not the end all fucking be all. And what it really takes to do this has nothing to do with your ego or your fucking fame or any other superficial bullshit. You actually have to put on the fucking work boots and do the work. And then it's earned at the end when they finally overcome the fucking villain.
Yeah.
Because you went on the journey with them. And that goes for you could put anybody in that role. What's the movie? I gotta look it up. What's the movie with Charles Bronson? Death Wish, I think. It's where he is like in what do you call it? There's a few of them, but mostly he's in like an apartment complex, and gang members are fucking like messing with the people and the tenants there. So then he has to fucking man up and take everybody out. Right? He's a former, I think he's former military or some shit. Let's see, Charles.
Death Wish. So there's Death Wish, Once Upon a Time in the West, the Magnificent Seven, Death Wish 3 and 2, the Great Escape,
It's
Mechanic.
Death Wish.
That's
Yeah, because he's an architect vigilante, takes on the members of various LA drug cartel. Yeah, it's Death Wish. So you could remake that. You could remake that movie, right? And put who's the actress from Orange Is the New Black, the transgender woman.
Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox. You can have her as the lead in the fucking film and have it be amazing. Because you have her got, what do you call it, when, bring up the whole trans aspect. Was in the military. Was discharged when she transitioned. Came home. Everybody, see, you put the fact that everybody is getting on her for her being different and her being trans, but you don't make it you don't make it the only thing about her.
Yeah.
Right? She's a fully fledged out 3D character, 3-dimensional character who's trying to make a difference. Moves into an apartment complex. And you don't have a story about, oh, she's trying to teach like Tu-on food. She's trying to teach this town how to deal with drag queens and all this other shit. You try to make it that she's just trying to show this complex that she is a person that they can get behind and befriend and all that shit. And through that friendship, everybody's like, okay, so maybe this LGBTQ plus thing isn't as scary as I thought, because my interactions with this one person is good. You don't make it a whole thing. You make it about the individual. And then the gangs come in and mess with everybody. And now she has to she doesn't even want to do anything. She just wants to be left alone. But she gets caught up. She gets beat the shit out of. And in the recovery, she still wants to be left alone. Until somebody else, one of the little kids who talked to her, gets fucked up. And now she's like, no, enough's enough. And now she goes on a whole thing where she's fighting and it's not perfect and and she's not fucking Bruce Lee. It's dirty, it's ugly. She might be able to beat one or two people that are that like she handily kicked the shit out of them, but a few people it's barely a victory. And then by the time she gets to the end, it's a thing of, well, I'm here to stop you. And then the tenants are like, we're here to stop you. And they take out the fucking main dude either together or, you know, she takes him out. And then boom, you have your whole fucking movie. And it's about the individual who's a fully fledged character who has experiences that we all have to sit there and watch happen. But we can get through it because we are rooting for the person on the screen. And that's some idea that you're trying to put out there. And you can make that movie with the right writers. And people would love that fucking movie. And nobody will say it. People might gripe about it when the trailers come out, but like everything else, once the movie plays, people are gonna be like, "Oh no, this was fucking great."
I can see that. It's not for nothing. It's no one wants some shit getting shoved down their throat, but it's also you get to connect with the person, right? Because that's usually what people want to connect with, the person. And when you have someone that's being ridiculed for who they are, and all they want to be is left alone, a lot of people can fucking associate with that. Yeah, they can relate to that. You know, so and then, you know, I mean, Orange is the New Black, they kind of did something similar. You know, where she was just a normal person in the jail, and then they took away her meds, and you start seeing her you know, like the transition going away and all that, and all the stuff that.
You know what? I just thought something. If you can still have Laverne Cox in the movie, and if you don't want to do the whole trans angle, okay. Well, she was a woman who was in the military, who was discharged, and now just wants to be left alone. But these motherfuckers won't leave her alone.
Yeah.
And all this shit happens. Like it's still could be done, and none of it is because of outside shit. And I'm not just picking on women. I just sat here and told you that John Wick 4 was a fucking disappointment. We got a white dude with guns kicking the fuck out of everybody he sees. An entire movie of action. And I'm sitting here like, all right, this is too much.
Too much killing.
Yeah, he's getting, come on, he got hit by a car. He got flung down the stairs 50 million times. Like,
I mean, at one point there was literally 100 people on those stairs fucking him, fucking shooting him. Like, that shit can't be that bulletproof.
They Fast and the Furious the shit out of it.
Yeah.
We going to the moon.
So I'm not just sitting here bashing on just women. So like, movies have to be done correctly. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things. So, and if you, what do you call it? I'm going to bring this as an example. Pablo Picasso, right? He had his cubism phase where the nose is over here, the eyes over here. Shit looks weird. But, yeah, does it look atomically correct? No. But his technique, his statement behind why he did it that way is impactful. That's why it's memorable. That's why it has a name, Cubism. That's why it stood the test of time. Because he knew enough about all the rules of painting and artistry, and he knew where to bend and break and redo so that it still fit within the fucking rules, but it came out something totally different. You can't just turn out and go, hey, I hate the fucking bourgeoisie and I hate the government. So here's King Louis in France with his head chopped off. You do that shit, people are going to be like, what the fuck is this? King Louie's gonna be mad. They're gonna be looking for your head. But if you know satire, if you know actual artistry, if you know how to tell a story and depict symbolism, you can make an art piece that symbolically represents fuck King Louis and the regime and all that shit. And people would still look at it and go, this is beautiful. And maybe they know the meaning behind it, maybe they don't. But when everybody finds out the meaning, you're like, oh shit. That's what, okay. And it's still a fucking beautiful piece of artwork. That's what we need. We need more beautiful pieces of artwork.
It's too bad I don't think we're gonna get that with Ironheart.
You know what I'm hoping for Ironheart? I'm hoping, like I was starting to say this before, I'm hoping that it's Agatha. Where it's like, did I care about Agatha at all? The TV show? Because the character I actually like. But do I care about the TV show? No. But when I watched it, it was fucking pretty good. There was some, I'm not gonna lie, there was some shit in there that was good.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm hoping it's that. It's like, do I care about this show? No. But when I watch it, I'm hoping that there's going to be something in there where I'm like, that shit was good. Am I expecting Andor fucking episode 4 through the rest of the season? No.
Well,
No.
I mean, because it's
But you know what?
kind of.
If we're going to compare, I want the Skeleton Crew. I want something where we're like, week to week, I'm like, yo, this show is fucking great.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to set the world on fire.
The Knicks lost.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, that's all we're really asking for. It's not hard to just fucking make a show with a story that is good. You know, it like how many times did we ask for that? Whether it's wrestling or fucking movies or TV shows, boxing, like something's like they're already getting mad at Ironheart because now I'm making something so now you're the next Iron Man, right? And what the fuck did you do? You just made some shit that discovered vibranium, and you made a suit out of nowhere. So let's make this shit. Let's get this part. She's a college student with a high intellect. And what, like a mechanical engineering shit is something because she could put shit together?
Some shit like that.
And then she runs into somebody that has unlimited money. And she makes a mech suit. So let's just go this route. You don't read the comments, you're just seeing the show. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, if you watch Wakanda Forever, she made a mech suit with the vibranium shit. That's how she helped out the Wakandans. You learn from Siri, who Siri was trying to duplicate a fucking plant that gave powers to the Black Panther from nothing, from DNA that her brother gave her. Then she found vibranium from Namor, and she was able to replicate it and gave herself powers. She created all that suit. She has all that shit with the flying planes and shit. I guess deep down inside, if you really wanted to do the whole thing where she's not a woman, I mean, it's not that she's a woman that we dislike. It's the fact that it's like you have a genius, and they made it a suit. And everything that everything that could be used right now, you gave us another Iron Man.
Yeah,
when we have Rhodes.
Yeah, that's the thing. That again, that's the shit. That's why for me, the iconic line makes no sense. I want to do something iconic. It's like, yeah, but you're just doing what he did. You're doing not only the thing that he did, but you look like this guy. So you're doing what he did, but looking like the other guy who did the same thing that this guy. Like, you're not doing anything differently.
Yeah, which, in all honesty, we had another Iron Man with Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man was making his suit, his mech suit with Iron Man's fucking technology. And the funny thing was, it was Iron Man smart enough to know how to use the shit without anybody showing him. And it wasn't even about his intelligence. It was just the fact that he was a kid ready to risk it all to save a bunch of people from some shit he don't know what's happening. Iron Man said, I need help. He said, all right, I'm there. He stood toe to toe with Captain America. This woman made a suit. Now, there was 2 other suits in that movie. Dora Milaje, the former Dora Milaje got that second suit. And it was Siri who took the Black Panther fucking shit to fight no more.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, every time Spider-Man is helping Tony Stark, he's holding a fucking tanker together with his webs, or he's fighting Thanos, or Captain America and Bucky. Like, he's fighting the main guys with Iron Man.
And yo, I don't know how good Anthony Ramos is gonna do, but to that point, you made an entire fucking mechanized suit to fight a guy, and I quote, mysticism and occult knowledge, criminal mastermind, marksman, basic hand-to-hand combat. And you need an entire mech suit tank to take on a dude with guns and basic hand-to-hand combat skills.
It's crazy. What up, show?
What's up, my peoples? I wanted to warn y'all, I can't really hear you because I don't got no headphones, but fuck it.
All right, cool.
Cap said that this person could fill any role, and I showed up.
Hey, what's your thoughts on the Ironheart trailer?
Honestly, I didn't really get to watch it. I feel like they're not giving it a fair shake. They're already thumbs down. We don't want it. Like, it's just a trailer, bro. We don't even know what we got. They're about to Batman this. Well, Catwoman.
Yeah, that's essentially what's happening.
And I wonder if it's just like people just are they even giving it a chance? Is it something because she's a female? Like
I think one, in today's climate, for some reason, being a female is a sin against humanity.
mm-hmm.
But 2, I think it's just if anybody was gonna pick up the mantle of Iron Man or some sort of Iron something, yet again they skipped the guy who it should have been James Rhodes. It should have been War Machine, Rhodey. So you already have a fan base who's like, you skip Bucky for Cap. Now you skip War Machine for Iron Man. And you gave it to 2 people who had nothing to do with the original person and are lesser versions in everybody's opinion. I think that's where I think that's where the problem was going to lie, regardless of it's being Riri Wilson or somebody else.
Yeah.
Got it. I usually turn off my camera because I'm putting my phone to my ear. All you gonna see is the sky.
I hear that. I mean, yeah. Because a lot of people were sitting there, they had a problem with Falcon being Captain America. I don't think it was because he was black. I think it was because Falcon was like a fucking C, D tier hero.
Yeah, he was some dude who Captain America ran into on a run. Bucky was this man's lifelong friend.
Yeah.
I hate that y'all do that. He has the same powers. Matter of fact, he got more powers than Batman.
Who?
And Batman survived for all these years.
Who's got more powers than Batman?
Captain America. Them wings is a lot more powerful than a boomerang.
He don't have all right in the comics. He don't. That's not his shit. Like he's
Oh,
got
okay,
regular
okay,
wings. They're not vibranium from Wakanda.
okay, okay. I thought it was we was going movie wise.
Movie wise, dude. Movie wise, when's the last time you seen Batman break a rib during a fight?
So why can't Captain America be the same? They got the same gear. It's just a bodysuit.
No, motherfucker. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying
Uh,
Batman does better than what like Sam's not outshining Batman.
that's what I'm saying. And Batman got less.
Batman has more.
Say that again.
The Batman has more.
Well, when I asked y'all, all y'all said was Batman has money. Y'all ain't saying nothing else.
Well, that money
Yo,
gives him more. He has all the technology, all the gadgets, all the preparation. He has the files that come with fucking people. He has a big corporation where he can buy whatever the fuck he wants. He has
there's a
kryptonite in his
textile factory making his gear.
yeah.
Like
He has kryptonite in the back of in one of his fucking pockets on his utility belt. He has a fucking whole army of fucking orphans that he turned into Robin and Cat and Batgirl. He has Alfred, who's also a fucking military expert mind that grew up with him. He has Ra's al Ghul, who fucking taught him how to fight. Fucking Lady Shiva, who's the best fighter in the world, that taught him how to fucking fight. What does Falcon have? Heart.
I want y'all to check the net worth of Wakanda because y'all talking about money. I think they rich.
hold on, an entire country is definitely richer than one person, but that has nothing
So
to
that
do with what we're talking about.
you Captain America don't got Wakanda having his back.
No, they
Wait,
gave
are
him
you
a
talking
pair of
about?
wings.
Are you talking about Falcon or are you talking about Steve Rogers?
I'm talking about Falcon, like
Okay.
the real Captain America now. There's
Either
no
Captain
more.
America, dude, show Captain America. No matter which one you put, the only thing Wakanda's ever given him, if it's Steve Rogers, it's one shield, and they didn't give it to him. They gave it to Howard Stark, and Howard Stark gave it to him. If we're talking about Sam, it's a pair of fucking wings, and that's the only thing they gave it. They gave. If we're talking about Bucky, it's one fucking arm. John Walker,
And
not
freedom.
an ass whooping. That's what they gave him.
But also, I don't think in mid fight Sam Wilson's gonna go. Wait, Batman. Yo, Wakanda. I need some shit to fuck this guy up.
Yeah, send in the
Stat.
Friday package.
Yeah. Iron Man, you could say fucking because Iron Man is getting his ass kicking going, sending fucking Big Bertha, and the satellite will shoot another fucking suit to his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like Iron Man has contingency. Falcon has wings.
That's why Falcon's called Red Bull, because he has wings.
You know what's crazy? Falcon to me seemed like the actual like the coach. Like he's always trying. Like the last movie I saw, he was trying to get the Avengers together.
Yeah,
Like, he
no,
seems like
he's the right choice, movie wise, and in the comics. But there was a progression in the comics. I'm okay with him skipping Bucky. Because I don't think it would have made sense to give him the shield for a short bit to ultimately go to Sam Wilson anyway. It's just everybody else has a fucking problem with it.
Yeah.
Because again, the reason I hate fandoms, fans think that this shit belongs to them, that they own it. They don't think they don't think of themselves as watching a story unfold. They're thinking that they are the owner of these characters. And if you don't use what they own correctly, they don't like it.
this is the people watching. Because I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I feel like you comic people are the same. This is my character. Don't change it. Don't touch shit.
No. I do not lump me in with that. I do not belong to any fucking fandom. I hate fandom. I'm okay with the fact that Cap was Hydra. I'm okay with the fact that Captain America fucking died and was gonna stay dead. I'm okay with change. I don't like the fact that 75 years we've been doing the same shit. we can't fucking innovate. We can't do nothing. We can't move on because other dumb motherfuckers are like, but that's not the game. 75 years, you already had it.
And not for nothing. If you really think about it, Captain America is a leader, and Sam Wilson as Captain America is like the closest thing we're gonna get to another Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or somebody that's gonna inspire people. Because that's what Captain America does. He inspires people. He's a super soldier that's able to fight and all other shit. But if there's one constant, at least for Steve Rogers' character, everyone respects him and everyone listens when he speaks. He's the only person I've ever seen call Bruce Banner Bruce when he was Bruce and Hulk when he was the Hulk. He didn't look at either one of them any differently. You're you when you're you, and you're him when you're him. And enough of that. He didn't look at Scarlet Witch as a fucking red on her leisure evil woman that killed multiple fucking hundreds of people and all that. He saw her as what she was. A fucking member of his team. Same thing with Sam Wilson.
Hey, you talking about Scarlet Witch or Black Widow?
Both of them. It was Black Widow. I keep getting them. I keep getting them messed up for some reason.
Yeah.
Where it's the different. It's that's the polar opposite of Walker. Walker, on paper, like you said, earned the Captain America shit because he did all the accolades that Steve did. But the difference is, Walker's he's not a leader.
He's a soldier.
He's a soldier. Yeah. And Captain America is a leader. And he learned that because his goal is to do the right thing no matter what. Same as Sam Wilson. I'm going to do the right thing no matter what. Where Walker's fuck the right thing. I'll pull the trigger. Gun, finger.
He's like,
Right?
I'm going to do
That's
the thing.
Yeah, like what was the saying in Star Wars? Gun finger or the trigger finger? Where the guy told to the girl, I'm the trigger, you're the finger.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you pulled the trigger, I'm just the one aiming the gun at the fucking guy. Yeah, you know, and sadly as that shit is, we're not even getting some shit like that from iHeart because we haven't seen her character be anything other than just a fucking child. A smart child. Like Kamala Khan, we see vulnerable. We've seen her stand up to people even though she didn't know how to use her powers. We've seen her fucking look like she fucking changed Captain Marvel's fucking perspective just because of her pureness. You know what I'm saying? Like who she was, her energy connected people, whether you like the movies or not. Spider-Man, a fucking kid that's smart as fuck, trying to have it all, can't have it all, and suffers tragedy. And in spite of
can't have none of it.
Yeah, and in spite of that, he still has to be strong enough to stand there and fucking and be the right and do the right thing and be who he promised he would be. And we just got a fucking child that makes suits.
As of right now, we have no other information.
Even Siri had to grow up from Black Panther 1. Siri was there. I want to fight. I want to do this, and T'Challa was like, "Nah, you stay in the back. You're the scientist. You science the shit." And she went out there. She tried to fight, and Killmonger did all that shit, and she did what she needed to do. In part 2, what happened? She suffered through everything.
She saw Killmonger. And not her fucking family.
She learned what it took to be T'Challa. To suffer, to lose, to make the wrong choices, and to see your people fucking die because of your immaturity. And she had to overcome that. And she said, fuck it. I didn't want to be the Black Panther, but I got to be the Black Panther because I got to save my people. Sometimes it's not a choice. but we didn't see that with She-Hulk because, like you said, they gloss over the fucking thing that hurt her the most. At least in that fucking show. The Marvels, Captain Marvel, we didn't even get to see her fucking mourn Spectrum when she fell into the other fucking realm. It was just, oh, well, I get over shit. Cold, I'm gonna put it the way some guys would see it: a cold-hearted bitch that got no emotion. She didn't even fucking want to speak. This is the shit, Joe. She didn't even want to speak to the daughter of her best fucking friend that died of cancer while she was blipped away. But she was blipped away. She decided, I'm going to go travel. She did what most fathers do. I'm going to go get cigarettes and never come back. To her best friend's daughter.
And to top it off, she was with the mom during the fucking blip.
Yeah.
She visited with the mom throughout the fucking thing.
Yo, Mr. Loki, yeah. Siri's mom her death did hit home. She was a fucking amazing actress. Her character was amazing in that movie.
She should have won the Oscar.
She should have, yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, but there's a lot of, even Bucky had to learn in fucking Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier, the TV series. He had to learn that he was under mind control. He couldn't, you have to take responsibility for your actions, but sometimes you can't punish yourself for shit you don't have control over.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta learn to forgive yourself.
And that's the reason why he didn't want to be Cap. It wasn't because he couldn't be Cap. It was because he knew he wasn't ready mentally to be Cap. Because he knew what Cap stood for. And he knew that if there was someone that was going to take Steve Rogers' place, it was Sam Wilson. That's the closest thing you got to Steve Rogers' morality. Shit, fucking Yelena. We saw her grow. We saw her at her peak. We saw her at her downfall, and we saw her at her rise. Fucking the Guardian. We seen him at his peak, at his lowest, and we seen a man that had nothing and gave everything. This man had nothing and gave everything to Yelena. It was almost like he was saving the nothing he had to give it to Yelena.
Yeah.
That's not even her father. That's not even her real father, but because they were on missions together, he loved her like a daughter. He was a better father than most fucking people. He was a better father than Walker.
Yeah. And we even saw Walker fucking come to step up when he needed to.
Yeah. We seen a man go from being a loser, drug addict, junkie, bottom of the barrel, to becoming a god and realizing he became a god, and then that shit went out of control, to learning, you know what? Maybe all I need to do is have a little confidence in myself, or a little, you have someone there to show me that, yeah, you know what? I fucked up, but it's not the end of the world. There's still people that care about me. Where are those things? Because, like we said, fucking Marvels. Oh, I know I blew up your planet, but you could go live with the Asgardians. I know she went to another dimension, but fuck looking for her, because I can't tear a hole in the fucking dimensions. I'm just gonna live in a house that she used to live in.
Or the biggest fucking thing. This is what really turned me off. It's the Marvels and Secret Invasion. You said you were gonna find us a fucking planet. You haven't done so. It's been 50 years. Nobody has done shit. Oh no, it was in the 90s. So 30-something years. You haven't done shit. And we go to the Marvels, and immediately there's a fucking planet for Skrulls.
Yeah. Which gets destroyed again.
And what does she do? Yo, we gotta save everyone. Nah, 1 or 2 maybe.
Oh,
But
and then
everyone.
and the best part, why does this bitch hate me? You destroyed her planet. I was under mind control. They don't give a fuck. Well, what you want me to do? Why don't you reignite the sun? For what? They need it to survive. How? Bitch, you're fucking cosmic energy. Oh shit, you right. And then that was it. Like that was the movie. Like if you did the Marvels in a minute, that was the movie. You know, honestly, that was the fucking movie. And again, it's just easy. It's just easy. But in Civil War, what was the consequences of Civil War? The Avengers broke up. No one won in Civil War. No one won in Infinity War, and we barely survived in fucking Endgame. We barely survived in the fucking Avengers 1, the first Avengers. Barely survived in Age of Ultron. No one's winning, and we're surviving, and we're ending the threat, but no one won, and there's this tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. And it's straight out, the only thing I can do is sit here and fucking fight. And hope for the best. But then, nope, I won, because I could rewrite the fucking story. That little shit that happened earlier, and fuck that. I'm the woman now. Oh, this woman risked her life and destroyed and ripped the fabric of the fucking cosmos. She ripped the fabric of the cosmos to bring her planet back to life, when all you needed to do was run into the sun and fart. Think about it.
Which begs the question. You went to liberate them by destroying the Supreme Intelligence. By your own account, you went in there, destroyed the shit, and just left?
Yeah.
They'd be fine.
And then Eternals. The woman hero there. We'll just turn this motherfucker into vibranium. No, into animanium. You're turning a god into animanium. This shit don't have like self-defense mechanisms. Or like it gathers the intelligence of the population of the planet and has none of its own when it's being born. Like you just turned it. All right, cool. How can we have unlimited power? I don't have enough power to turn this bitch into animanium. Oh no, we can give it to you. Since when? You didn't hear Ashram before? What? Wait, we're gods that came here to sit here and watch fucking these people be stupid, and then we're happy about it. And then when it's time to save them because they're special, we're gonna turn this motherfucker into animanium. Okay, cool. And then Ashram comes is like, why the fuck you did that shit to my nigga? Because these people are special. Well, I'll be back. Judgment Day is upon you. What? That's fucking convenient, ain't it? But if a nigga did that shit, the planet's destroyed. If the Fantastic Four did that shit, the galaxy's destroyed. But yeah, we're getting the wrap it up call from Show, because you see Show's face of confusion. And it's 11:25. You know, Show's most confusing number is 11:26. He doesn't understand it.
Let's not make it to that number.
Yo,
Word.
How can 11 be 26? It's 11.
Right? Should. It's 2 ones put together.
Yeah, where'd you get 2 and a 6 from?
Word. It's 3 2s make a 6. But anyway. Any last words before we put this to bed?
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Bet you
How
didn't
much
see that
wood can a
one coming,
woodchuck
did you?
chuck and a woodchuck cut your wood?
Even a monkey throws his own shit sometimes. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. And thanks, everybody, for coming. Another great show. Peace.
Wednesday, sports. Thursday, wrestling. Friday and/or Saturday, Tone the Show with Ray and Gigi.
And Monday, we do it all over again. Peace. All right.